Welcome back to the channel, folks. This is daily update from MULN stock. I'm going to play you guys a video of David MICHERY, what he said about his company, and then we're going to dissect it and I'll give you my opinion on that. So let's take a look at the video first.
Believe me when I tell you this, there's companies out there that got, $5 billion market caps, $6 billion market caps, and don't have 2 factories, don't have product, don't have the history we have and the history that Bollinger has. And we have a portfolio of IP that'll blow your mind, and so does Bollinger. And we just acquired a bunch of IP from Elms. So think about that. Just put it in perspective. If you want to just value this on intellectual property, or you want to value it on GAAP, what was paid for it. I mean, I'm not telling people, how to do your due diligence. I'm just telling them that typically, if it were me, I would look at the value being predicated on what someone was willing to pay for something. And we paid for these combined assets, call it $50 million. How the hell do you have a market cap less than what you spent? Plus, that doesn't include MULN, right? So, hey, I know the stock is undervalued. That's okay by me. The same way it's undervalued, we can turn around one day, hopefully in the very near future, and we have a Goliath market cap predicated on fundamentals.
So what David is saying here is that their stock undervalued, right? The market cap is not what it's supposed to be. Why is that, right? What is market cap? Market cap is nothing but your share times the price of the share. And why is the price of the share is down? There are a couple of factors that are actually causing this. He said, look at the fundamentals. Well, let's take a look at the fundamentals. Let me show you guys the cash flow for this stock. The problem with the fundamentals right now is they are not having enough cash on their hand. This is the biggest problem, which will not draw in more institutions. Okay, that's another problem. There's 6.30% institutions only invested in this company. This is a very low number. Okay, this has to go up, and the way this can go up is the cash flow needs to get better. Okay, they need to be certain that MULN is not going to go bankrupt. If you don't have cash, companies go bankrupt. I mean, this happens all the time. David, what is essentially saying is, look at what we purchased in terms of to expand the company, which is true. They did. They are expanding the company. For example, they got the Bollinger, they acquired Bollinger. They also got ELMS, which the cargo vans came from, which they delivered. And that is what is promised to them. They're going to get $260 million. And this is what the eyes are set on right now. The $260 million is what they need to really survive for another 2 years. If they don't get that, okay, the biggest fear right now I have is not being able to deliver those vans, the rest of them. They only delivered about 7, right? They still got about 5,993 vans to go. This is how they're going to get cash, right? So this is the biggest concern I have, and by end of this year, that okay, they are moving in the right direction. That is true. They're making moves. They're trying to get the batteries right, to get the mileages up for the vans. They're doing other things, which is in the right direction, right? But at the same time, they will have to produce something, in my opinion, another 2 months or 3 months. They will have to produce at least another, somewhere like maybe 500 or 600 or maybe 1,000 vans needs to be produced in another 2 months or so, in my opinion. Because look, unless you have institutions come into the stock, retail investors, yes, pumping money into the stock, but that's not enough, right? Unless you have smart money come into play, then you can have a good market cap. Then you can go and, go Goliath, whatever, David was saying that, yes, I agree on that point, but the trust has to be built on institutions. That has to happen. This is what we saw that, when they delivered the vans, the stock went all the way up to 16 cents, but this is the highest it could go. Right. And as I said before, that this is because it was shot down because there was warrants that David MICHERY has issued. The party who purchased the warrants sold out. They started coming out of the position. So this is the levels that I have. You have been following the stock for a while now, and these are the levels we have. And a lot of price levels they became supply, which means there's a lot of sellers sitting here at this point. A lot of folks are just maybe want to come out of the position. So once you get to that level, you're going to see a lot of selling happens. And this is exactly what happened at 16 cents. And these are the levels that I have. You can check out my previous videos. These are levels that were established in real time. So this is not something that I'm guessing, oh, this is a good level. No, this is established in real time. For example, right now, we're sitting at around 10 cents. And my opinion is that we are going to go down to 9 cents, 8 cents. Because I do feel at this point that, the whatever honeymoon period we had on the delivering of the 7 vans is good. But at this point, we're going to need more than that in order to push the stock higher. This is what the reason I'm saying that stock, in my opinion, is still going to come a little bit down. Even though Mullen is still doing the right things, trying to move forward, getting all the things right, cash is going to be top one priority right now for them to get that in. If they don't have cash, we are running that scare of going bankrupt, which is not going to be good. A lot of retail investors are part of this, and I myself included in there. So these are the levels I'm using right now. If it goes up from 10 cents, right, it crosses 10 cents, it could potentially go to 12 cents. If it crosses 12 cents, it could go to 15 cents. Then 16 cents, then 18 cents. It increments about 2 cents, right? And then after that, when you get to 21, 22 cents, 20 cents, this is a heavy supply level, which I do feel that every time we get to this level, it's going to have a tough ride to cross this 22, 21, 20 cents. Then if it crosses that, 23, 25, and then, from there on, it's going to go up. But in order for it to go up, some really good catalyst has to come out. For example, they said, oh, you know what? Mullen is delivering another 700 vans or 1,000 vans. And I'm no doubt in my mind that stock is going to go, at that point is 50 cents or 60 cents at that point, because that's going to be significant. And I do feel that point, maybe institutions also want to jump into that as well. Hope you guys are liking these daily videos. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.